All right, y'all. So I am back with another video. Okay. And was actually the same day, but you know, hey, it is what it is. So tomorrow I'm going to be making ribs. I'm going to be smoking some ribs. It is the very first time I have done that. Well, I've done it in the oven before, but I've never done it in my smoker. And so I have not called my father's. So, yeah. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking a tablespoon of the golden monk fruit. A lot of the recipes call for brown sugar. Of course, I'm keto, so I'm not doing brown sugar. Next, I'm going to be using a tablespoon of onion powder. A tablespoon of garlic powder. A tablespoon of smoked paprika. If I can get it in there. I need some more smoked paprika. What else? 2 teaspoons of chili powder. There I go wasting stuff. Wouldn't be a real video if I ain't waste nothing. And 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm actually using kosher salt for this one. And my oven finna go off. I didn't use the full amount of kosher salt for the simple fact that I don't want to have it too salty and too saucy. Saucy. It's not saucy. But I don't want it to be too salty. Let's see. Can this go a little bit longer? Yeah. Maybe a couple minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. So those are my keto biscuits. Oh, Lord. And so that's for one part of the recipe. And so the other part, it used a teaspoon of black pepper. So what I did was I found recipes that I pick and choose, how I want our stuff to taste. Hopefully I have some of this. I'm not sure if I do, but a teaspoon of, I don't think I do either. Hold that thought. So I'm back. This is a real life channel, as I had stated before. I might have some. Oh, won't he do it? I got some. Look, y'all. I got some ground mustard. And I'm going to use ground mustard on mine. Because there's another dish I make with ground mustard. Say 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. It's another dish that I make with it. And I like the flavor that it brings. Hold that thought. Got to get my keto biscuit so I can show y'all. So I can go ahead and go to bed. Hold that thought. Hopefully y'all don't fall over. Oh, Jesus. All right. They look pretty good. Hopefully y'all don't fall over like y'all almost did just then. All right. So, hopefully I remember this recipe. I probably ain't. So it has 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. A tablespoon of golden monk fruit, a tablespoon, and so then 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of, where is that? Ground black pepper, and then 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. And so what I'm doing right now, hopefully this is enough because I only have 1 rack of ribs. So hopefully this is enough. And I will be coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow day. I was gonna go ahead and, like, you know, do the membrane and all that stuff tonight, and then let the ribs marinate overnight with the seasonings on top. But I mean, you don't really have to do that. You know, you can just do it day of and go. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. I'm not going to I ain't finna do all that, put it that way. And so how am I gonna cook the ribs? I have not decided that yet. Like I said, I know it's gonna be in the smoker, and I know I'm gonna be using, you know, the different a blend of chip mixture that I have. So basically they say to take this and to put it in an airtight container, and then, you know, you can keep it up to a month. That's what they say. But in the meantime, in between time, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit in this part right here. Then I'm gonna come back and show y'all the keto biscuits, so that way, you know, y'all ain't like, oh, you just showing me different stuff in the video. What's this video about? So I'll be back. All right, y'all. So this is Journey with Wendy, and I am back with another video. Today, okay, my eyebrows. All right, they straight. So today we are going to be, well, I'm going to be doing the ribs that I was telling you guys about in my previous video. I did consult with my father. And so, and so we just gonna go ahead and do it. What I'm gonna do is I am going to trim some of the ribs or whatnot. Because I was watching, what's his name? Aim 'em and claim 'em. And so he's a competition barbecue person. And so he was saying to remove this flap right here. And he was saying that you could use it, you could throw it on the grill and it would make a tasty snack. I ain't finna do all that. And he also stated to remove the membrane. And so you could just cut. You don't want to cut too much. I think I cut too much too. So you want to just go up under the ribs. And this part is tough. So they suggested, not only him, but some more folks suggested to get a, what's that thing called? Paper towel or something of the sort to help you remove this. Let me see. They say you don't want to go too deep, because if you go too deep, then you'll be removing the actual, it's 2 membranes on here. So if you go too deep, then if you go too deep, then you'll be removing the second membrane, which actually holds the ribs intact. So I'm gonna be removing this. They say you don't need to be gentle. You just want to pull it off. And so I'm trying to pull mine off without losing a whole bunch of meat. Can you see? You probably can't see. So, first piece is still some more pieces on here. So I'm gonna come down here or somewhere around here. They say that the membrane is tough. Some places that I read say, oh, keep the membrane on because it makes it crispy. And some places say remove it. I'm going to remove it. Why not? Can't hurt. And also, so I have spare ribs, St. Louis, not St. Louis. I have spare ribs. It's about 6 pounds and 30 ounces of ribs. It looks like this part of the membrane gonna be a little bit more difficult. So I should have just kept it together. And there's some fat on here, so I will be more than likely trimming the fat. So basically, you don't want to see the bone, is what is a general consensus. There goes some. Nope, not coming off. Not coming off at all. And so, this is a cartilage. So all this is fat. And take this off. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this and overnight I'm going to what's the word I'm looking for? Marinate it overnight with the seasonings. I couldn't find the actual marinade I wanted. Of course not. So I have to go to another store to get that. And so now I'm gonna just score this because it just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. And so it's right here. I probably should use a reel. Where's that right here? Where am I? I should have got a different knife. Can y'all see? Yep, you can see. I should have got a different knife, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. And I'm not gonna stick my hand in my drawer with these pork juices on them. I'm just not gonna do that. So I'm gonna cut this part off too. And so a lot of this is super fatty. And so I'm just going to be trimming this fat off as well. Being careful to get the fat and not the meat. I'm not going to take all the fat off, but for the most part, these, yeah, I'm taking off for sure. All right. And so this part is just a big old piece of bone. This is meat right here. And so I probably am going to, off camera, before I cut myself, I am going to cut this off and I will put this in there. Well, I guess on camera. I am going to cut this off and utilize this as I smoke the meat. And I'm gonna season it like everything else. So I got this these spare ribs from my local Aldi. It was 10. Yeah, some more on there. In a minute. So it was 1065. 1065 is what it was. And so yeah. So I have the actual ribs right here, and then I have the rib tips right here. So rib tips here, like this whole little deal. I don't know if you can see that line. You probably can't. But this whole little deal right here is rib tips. And then this part right here is the actual ribs. So when I put it in the smoker, I'm going to put this part right here away from the door. Because, you know, the door is going to have the heat, you know, circulating or whatnot. So I'll have the rib tips in the back. And so, you know, have the actual ribs right up there, close to it. So hold that thought. Oh, this is going to be so gross. I'm not a big pork person. Yeah, not a huge fan of pork. And I just put a big old hole. Can I open it? Hold on. Okay. Maybe next time I'll do that off camera. So this is the seasoning that I made yesterday. And so just gonna liberally sprinkle this on. So like I said, this is 6 pounds and 30 ounces. And so I'm gonna just pat this in here. Ensure you should be able to see it better. So you should be able to see it better. The rib tips right here and the actual ribs right here, because you should be able to see the bones. And so I want to make sure that every part is you know, got some seasoning on it. All right. So now after I pat and turn them. All right. So now I'm gonna really season the meat side, making sure that I coat every piece and every piece, every inch, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm gonna pat it in here. I didn't think that I was gonna have enough, but I have enough. Rub, that is. I didn't think I was gonna have enough rub, but I do. And I have a lot of rub on my hand, as you can see. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape this off. Scrape this off, and then get that up in there. And so with that, I'm gonna cover it loosely. Like after I get all this seasoning off my hands, and I am gonna use all of this. I'm gonna keep this for in the morning, just in case. I'm gonna loosely cover it with foil. And so just in case there's some places that the foil stuck to the ribs, stuck to the ribs. So if there are some places that the foil has stuck to the ribs, then what I'm going to do is just sprinkle it with the remainder of the seasoning, put it in my smoker, and I'll take you guys along for that. And I'll take you guys along for the big reveal as well, as far as like, you know, how it was cooked and with what and so on and so forth. And so with that, can't really, I mean, I guess I could, but that would be nasty. I'm not gonna touch my camera. So yeah. So as you can see, it's all coated. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so what I'll end up doing is I'm just gonna make some more rub if need be. If I don't need to make any rub, then I'm not. I am gonna wash my hands because yeah. Okay. And so if I need to make some more rub, then I will. Probably won't have to, but in the case that I do, I'm just gonna make it the way that I made it before. And so with that, I'm out.